Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of GTB for GNP on Zoom. That's Geek Talks with Bobby for GNP on Zoom. I'm coining it that, yes, because my podcast is called Geek Talks with Bobby, but I feel like let me give this an extra flair because it's through video. So, and the quarantine, I know I'm just out here forward thinking, whatever.
That's work.
Right? Thank you. So this is my next interview. This one's been a long time coming. I'm here with the creator, the mastermind, the innovator behind Cure for Utopia, Steve Congé. Just had that going down. So I'm very happy that he's here. He was able to come through in spite of everything. He's on Zoom. We're here to talk about Cure for Utopia, man. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good, brother. I am so blessed. I'm very well. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. And like I've been saying for a while, Cure for Utopia. People right now who are watching this are like, what the hell is he talking about? What is Cure for Utopia? Right. Is it the cure for Corona? No, not quite. But would you mind letting the people know what is Cure for Utopia?
All right. Cure for Utopia is a long time coming. It's a story that I created I'm about to tell my age, actually. Going back, it's about 30 plus years old. It's evolved, yeah. It's evolved over a long period of time. What it's about, it's pretty much, how can I put it? It's like the Matrix meets Constantine meets. It's a lot of mixture. It's like a gumbo of like different genres put together. Pretty much what it is like the world is in perfect harmony right now. There's no cure, there's no diseases, there's no poverty, there's no anything, no crime. There's maybe 5% of crime in the whole entire world. But within this world, there is a man running around killing people. Mm-hmm. And this one particular man named Argus, who helped create this world, who is the catalyst for why this world is the way it is hunting this man down with his operatives and with a bunch of other people trying to stop him. And this world has also created, like some people with supernatural powers, but they're just regular folks. It's like regular people walking down the street and they just have powers. The thing about Cure for Utopia is that I'm creating like a bunch of stories into like one major story, so that at any particular point, someone could say, hey, I like this part of your universe of this story. Can I write this? And I could be like, okay, yeah, no worries. Go ahead, take it, and do that. So it's a bunch of different stories put together, but the main concept of it is this particular individual named Argus, and he's chasing this person that he's dubbed, which doesn't have a name. He's dubbed him Curse, and that's the main character's name. His name is Curse, and he's just chasing him, and you literally watch him chase him throughout this story. But then there's other things that fall into it. I don't want to give away too much of it.
No, for sure. I mean, right. It sounds really cool, obviously, off the bat. But you mentioned, obviously, we're going to jump a little bit more into, some more aspects of it for sure. But you mentioned that this is a story 30 years in the making, but has evolved significantly. So first of all, that's amazing. Like that means a lot of care is going into that, and I want to commend you for that. So 30 years ago, if you put yourself back in that headspace, what inspired you to want to even write this story, or what was, I guess, the when was Cure for Utopia born, or what birthed it, basically?
About 30 plus years ago, if not more, there was a bunch of us that created, like, we were all hyped, we comic book collectors. I've been collecting since I was a kid. And Image Comics came out, and they blew up, and they were like, oh man, Image is great. We need to make our stuff like Image Comics. And then so we started making this universe and making our story together. And then slowly but surely, the group went from 10 to 7 to 5 to 2 to me. So then Cure for Utopia came around, and it was a standalone story by itself, standalone story that had nothing to do with the universe we were trying to build. But a friend of mine had an idea, and he was like, why don't you do this? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And when I did it, it was just an image that a friend of mine drew, and it was supposed to start off with this apocalyptic world and this guy that saw people and crazy and all that. And it just slowly, as I grew as a writer and a creator, it just slowly grew itself. And it was originally supposed to be like a first it was a comic, then I didn't want to draw it, then it became a novel, then a friend of mine just gave me a swift kick in the butt and was just like, listen, you've helped so many people. It's time for you to help yourself, to do what you got to do for you. So he was just like, let's do this. And that's how the birth of it came.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, cool. I mean, yeah, that's amazing. Just hearing from the fact that a bunch of you are doing so, I know something about that, like where a bunch of you are into something, and then like the fact that you were able to hold on to that dream for that amount of time, that's actually pretty amazing. You mentioned inspiration from things like the Matrix and Constantine. Yeah. So, how far, I guess, removed from the original vision to like all through time, the past 30 years of inspiration that you've gotten to where it is now, I guess that original vision of what the story was to what it is right now, because obviously like the Matrix came out in like 99, right?
Right.
So, you know, like obviously inspiration as it continues to grow, how directly like linked are they still? Would you say it's
they're like night and day. Yeah, it's like, because so many things have influenced me between movies and anime, and like I love big anime like end scenes, and that's what really helped me towards the end of the book. Like I love the big boss fights at the end, and how it makes you feel, and you root for the hero. So that's what helped me towards the end. And even as I was drawing it, it evolved organically on its own, because there's parts of the story that's not even written down. It's not. There's nothing written. It's just, as I was drawing it, as I was laying it out, it just evolved organically. And I was like, oh, what if I do this? Or I change this page and move it here? And, oh, this would be nice. And what if I do this? And then the story just flowed in a whole other, the whole ending I never wrote. I didn't write the ending. The ending is the physical ending was written how I wanted it to. Physically, the last page was written, but everything leading up to it, it just said fight scenes. and I just evolved it over the years. It's right now I'm close to the end, and it's 250 pages.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a journey. And just on that, because so we met quite a few years ago.
Yes.
At Bulletproof Comics.
Yes, Bulletproof.
Yes.
The best.
Everything opens back up. Go to Bulletproof or check them out and just buy some of their stuff online right now. But I remember that, you know, you were working on this even from since then. We got to chatting about it too. And I remember that you got into, I don't know if it was around that time or maybe a little earlier when you started doing your own illustration, which was, you know, obviously a departure for you because you don't have a background as an artist, or did you have a background?
Oh, no, I do. I do have a background as an artist, but what it was that I never, as a collector, my art skill was never to the par that I wanted to see. Like if I walked into a store, I'm always and still am the hardest critic of myself. So I walk into a store, I'm like, if I saw it on the shelf, would I pick it up? And that was my old thing, and it was never to that level. So not to sidetrack from what you were saying, I ended up getting someone to help me with it. But him and I clashed, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to figure out a way to do it myself.
Right.
And it came out 110% better than I ever thought it would.
Yeah, no, I follow you obviously on social media, so I see some of the
stuff. Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's great stuff. You already know I'm a fan. I can't wait. I've been bothering you about this for a long time.
Trust me, when they come off the print, I'm gonna sign your copy and I'm gonna personally hand you yours.
Thank you very much. I am excited, and I will let everybody know I'll be blasting this all over on my social media.
Thank you.
But so just, you know, that's one instance with obviously, you know, illustration, the artistic process. But so through this journey, obviously, I imagine there must have been quite a few pitfalls, a bunch of, maybe a couple instances where maybe you didn't want to continue or maybe you wanted to give up. Can you speak to that? Is there anything that stands out? Any instances?
Well, see, the thing is, one of the pitfalls is that I'm a husband, I'm a dad, and you got to have that quality time, and you got to, time management. I was never good at time management. So it was like, I would try to do the book and then try to do quality time. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle. And then you have the job, and it was just really struggle. So I really had to learn I said, if I'm going to do this, I have to figure out a way to do it. And something has to be done. And at one point, yeah, I was like, oh, forget it. I'm not going to do this. And I was like, no, you come too far, figure out a way. So what I did was I started getting up. I have to be at work at 7, so I started getting up at 5 in the morning. And every day at 5 in the morning, I'm up working on the book. If it's a couple of pages here or a couple of panels here, and then on Friday night, since I'm off, I'm literally up 24 hours because I'm up at 5 and I don't go to bed till about 3:30, 4 o'clock almost.
Dag.
Yeah. So I figured I realized I was like, what can I sacrifice? And I had to sacrifice sleep, a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep
is always the first casualty.
Yeah, because I had to. It was something that had to give, because this is just the beginning for me. I have so many other stories I want to tell, and this is just the first one. I don't know if the others are going to be as grand, but yeah, definitely it was a pitfall. There was a couple of other things, like money situations and things like that. But because my plan is to have the book, trying to get the book like 90% done before I launch any crowdfunding or anything like that, so people have something to say, oh, okay, this guy's not playing, he's almost done.
Gotcha. No, absolutely. And is there, I don't want to hold you to anything, obviously. Mm-hmm. This is not an ironclad declaration, but is there at least a specific time frame, a goal in mind for the time frame?
Well, there was. Right up until all of this happened.
That's true.
And I was looking into overseas shippers, and because I don't know the process too well about printing, so I've been picking a lot of people's brains about how they're doing it and who they're printing with and stuff. So I was going to do it overseas, but then I found out about a place in California that could match the price. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to do that. And, I have to deal with the colorist. And I still have to letter everything, because I'm going to try to letter everything myself. If not, then I do have somebody I can speak to help me out. But like I said, most of the book came out organically. So I'm pretty much going to be writing it as I go.
Okay.
So yeah, there's really, if I was to give you a date and a time, I'd be lying. I'd be lying. But everybody that supports me and is there for me, please just be patient. It's gonna be worth the wait. It's gonna look gorgeous in color. I have some treats also coming for like when we do the Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I don't know which one we're doing. A couple of tiers that's gonna be really nice, especially for comic book collectors. Anybody who's a collector, there's gonna be some treats for you guys.
No, I 100% believe you, because if the poster, which I'm not sure if that's going to be the cover or anything like that, but
that is the cover.
That's going to be the cover. Oh, okay, yeah. So just from that alone, when I saw that, and I saw on your Instagram that you you had a huge one in frame, I was like, that is, once it's a collector's item, I'm getting my hands on that. I will purchase that.
Not to make you a little dizzy or your audience a little dizzy, I'll show you. This is it right here.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, once that is, because I saw that and I was like, just like the action from the visual, obviously, because I got into comics later in life, obviously, so Bulletproof was a big part of that journey, which was great. And I felt like for me with comics, funny enough, I would judge a book by its cover.
Right.
I feel like that's probably one of the only times that you're kind of allowed to do it. You still don't want to, but kind of allowed.
But that's the point of the cover.
Right,
that's
exactly.
The point of the cover.
Yeah,
that's the point of the cover. How many books have you picked up because of the cover, and then you open it up and the artwork inside is just not as good as the cover?
Yo, too many times. I'm over here like, wait a minute. I don't want to treat a comic book shop like a library, but after a while I started I mean, not to throw any comic under the bus, but this happened to me a lot with the Silk comics.
Yeah.
I would open those up and it was like a different art style every time. I'm like, what is going on? This is not like a cover.
Yeah, the covers are gorgeous. The covers are gorgeous, but they do that a lot. And I told myself off the jump that whatever artist that I would get for the cover would do the inside, because I don't want to bait and switch people. If the cover brought you in, then the artist is what you're going to get inside. And I've been fortunate to be the artist, so
Nice.
that's fine with me.
And you can make that declaration, so that's fair. That's
Absolutely.
really awesome. All right, cool. So, just obviously, just giving more information because, like I said, I've obviously been following you for some time. But for those who have no idea and so on, who would you say that this would be the demographic for this for the story or for the whole comic?
Honestly, the demographic would be probably like teenagers all the way up until you're 80 or 8 to 80. You know what I'm saying? Like really, because I got a little bit for everybody. I got a little bit for everybody. I got like I said, it's a gumbo story. It's just chock full of so much in it. And the demographic is for anyone who honestly who loves a good story. And I already know I'm not gonna please everybody. I'm gonna get the naysayers who are gonna be like, oh, well, this stinks and that part I don't understand, and
right.
Which is fine. I'll take if you have criticism, which is constructive criticism, no problem. I'm like, oh, you didn't understand this part? Okay, I'm sorry. But if you're just doing it just to do it, it is what it is. But honestly, it's for everybody. Like, I'm not really. I mean, though there's like violence and things within the story, it's no more than like a Japanese anime would have or anything
right.
like that. So, I don't think there's too many curse words in the book. Yeah, I don't think there's not a lot. So I don't think I did any actually. So so that's pretty much the demographic of it. I just wanted to reach as many people as I can. And I just want people to just see my vision and see where I'm going with the story and just see the love that I poured into it.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think I believe it'll come across, honestly.
Thank you.
Like I said, I've been anticipating this for some time. And, if I'm an indicator, like I said, I got into comics later on in life. And I think this is fair to say if it's for, everybody, whether you're an experienced comic book reader or you're new to comics, this would be something that anybody can just jump into. Right?
Absolutely. And that's why I'm not doing floppies. I'm giving you the whole thing. A lot of people told me that. They're like, oh, why don't you just make the individual ones and then make a trade? I said, no, I want to tell the whole story, take it, and boom. And if people like it, there is a sequel in the works.
Okay.
So there is a story because, like I said, I'm building two different worlds at the same time in this story. And then the sequel actually deals mainly with one of them. So if people enjoyed it and they like it, I'll definitely do the sequel. But if they don't, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I have 100 other stories waiting in the wings. I literally have my next 2 stories lined up already. So
I look forward to them, honestly. I thank you so much for coming on, GTB for GTB.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have to do another one of these when you finally drop it too.
Absolutely.
So that we can discuss. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm already envisioning like a book in my collection. I do.
Nice.
I like to get the trades. So like the fact that you're doing the floppies is great.
Nope. I'm beautiful hardcover bound book is what I'm gaining for. I want you to be able to, if you put it down on a coffee table, people will be like, oh, what's this? So that's what I'm gearing for.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, brother.
Where can people find your stuff? If people are more curious or more interested, where can people find anything about it?
Oh, absolutely. If you don't mind, let me see real quick here.
Oh yeah, feel free to say it. And I'm gonna plug links and stuff during this whole thing anyway.
Okay, yeah. So you definitely you can find me at you can find to sign up for the mailing list. That's very important. If you sign up for the mailing list, I'm gonna be dropping stuff for only my mailing list people. Little sneak peeks and stuff soon. All right, as time rolls on and I get the color pages and things like that, gonna get exclusive. So you want to go to cureforutopia.com. That's cureforutopia.com. If you want, I could share my screen real quick.
I'm about to put my yeah. I mean, you definitely do that. I'm going on cureforutopia.com. I'm like, am I not on the mailing list all this time? I'm over here on Instagram.
I believe you are. I think you are on the mailing list.
Oh, okay. All right, bet.
You've disabled it, so you have to do it.
I did.
You have to. Yeah. No worries. It's cureforutopia.com. All right. One word. You go on the mailing list. You can see a couple of the things here. I'm going to be dropping a couple of pages here and there. Also, you could definitely follow me on Instagram at s.conge, C-A-N-G-E, s.conge, C-A-N-G-E. And that's it. That's my main things of that I like to do.
That looks nice. I love this thing.
Oh yeah,
and join our mailing.
Yeah, if you click off the join the mailing list, you can just scroll down.
Yeah,
there's X right there. Yeah, there you go. And that's the cover. And you scroll down, you'll see everything. You can subscribe. That's cureforutopia.com.
That's a good look.
And you know the funny thing is, if you go back up to this picture here, where the colored one, that was actually my first attempt at coloring for the first time.
I think I saw you when you posted it online. Yeah, it looks great.
That took me 3.5 hours because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning.
Hey man, you're on your way. We're all excited. I'm gonna put this out and let people, hopefully more.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that like helps. Anticipation helps to build because I want to know what's the cure for Utopia. Like if nothing else, just as a question.
A lot of people ask me that. They were like, "Why does Utopia need a cure?" And I'm like, "Gotta read the book to find out."
Exactly. That's good. Like that's quite a concept, man. So, all right, thanks again, man, for coming through.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
And I look forward to having more of these conversations with you and others too. So, everyone who's watching, thank you for tuning in, checking this out. Make sure you check him out.
Thank you, everyone.
Join the mailing list and follow him on socials too, because social media is obviously how we kind of just stay in the loop on things as well. But definitely sign up. All right, man. I will catch you next time. All right, stay safe.
All right, brother. Stay safe. Thanks again.
All right, take care, bro. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, y'all.